Hello and welcome to part 2 of the 3-part video series on making a web portfolio on Google Sites. If you have not already viewed part 1, click on the card above. In this part, we are going to add some more content to our portfolio site. Content can be written directly to the site or be videos, photos, links to external sites, etc. I will start with my home page first, then my resume page, and finally my CV page. We can add content by going to the Insert tab of the menu on the right-hand side. You can choose from any of the basic element builders at the top, the layouts, and any of the other element builders at the bottom. Now, just to start off, I will click on the top left layout. It has the symbol of a picture and some text. And as you can see, as soon as I clicked on that, that made a new row in Google Sites automatically. I have click to edit text as a header and click to edit text as paragraph text. I also have this rectangle with a plus sign in the middle of it. You can click on that plus sign to upload images and or files, as well as choose from any of these other options as well. I'm going to click on upload for right now, desktop, and I'm going to choose my headshot right here. I'll hit open. And I'm going to have to edit this a little bit so that my headshot isn't so cut off. Stretch that down by grabbing on that blue circle. Just stretch it a little bit so that most of my head is visible. A few recommendations if you are using a photo of yourself. Make sure you look nice and you are dressed for the job you want. For example, if you're going into business management, dress professionally in business attire. If you're going for an information technology position, a polo and some nice pants may do. If you are a creative person, you may potentially use a cartoon caricature of yourself. In short, be dressed appropriately. In the text box to the right, for the heading text, I will type in About Me. And as you can see at the top, a new menu appeared that will let me use title, heading, subheading, as well as bold, italics. Choose where it is. I can insert a link, clear the formatting, or I can delete that tile. For right now, I'll just type in some placeholder text. If you're unsure of what to talk about specifically in your About Me, it can be basically anything. Anything from talking about you specifically. For example, I might be a senior entering their 4th year of college, and I'm majoring in history. I want to further my education and focus specifically on the history of World War II. My ideal future job would be to excavate and catalog various battlefields across Africa and the Mediterranean, and potentially write a book about some of the major naval battles that occurred in the Mediterranean Sea. Maybe I'm also an athlete or a member in a club. I can write about both of those things, and I can also write about other interests or hobbies that I have. If I'm currently working for a company, I might want to add that here too. So I'll just click on this upper left layout again, or I can just copy this section by clicking on duplicate section right there. I'll just click on the layout option right now, and I can easily move photos and text boxes around by simply just dragging until I see that vertical bar on the right hand side. And Google Sites will automatically move over the text box. Next, I'm going to go to my resume. And here, you're going to want at least a doc, a Word document, and a PDF at the very least. You can also embed a Google Doc, and you can also write out your resume as a HTML page like I'm about to do here. But first, what I want to do is I want to change the header type to title only. And I'm going to change this to, say, resume instead of my name. Then I can click on text box or embed, drive. So just to show you how it would look, potentially, I'll click on text box for right now. Go to heading, centered, bold. The one that you put into the HTML should look very similar to your Word document resume. And since resumes are mostly text-based, you're probably going to be using the text box option quite a bit here. Now I'll show you my resume, and then I will turn part of my resume into a web page so that you can see what is going to happen to yours. To add that space above the month and year next to Canisius College, like I do have in my resume right here, what I'm going to have to do is add a text box and take the background blank and leave the text box blank as well, and then resize it so that it's above the same size and it's above my month year text, just like that. When we preview this, it won't say click to edit text, but I am done for right now with what I'm going to do with this part of the resume. You can also add from the Google Drive, so I'll click on that, and you can navigate through your Google Drive this way. You can also embed, which is what I will do. By URL, I'll go to this, right click on my Word document here, get shareable link, and I'm going to want to make sure that anyone with the link can view it. If you leave it to Canisius College or restricted, people will not be able to see this properly. If you leave it at Canisius College, they will have to have a Canisius College account to view this. Make sure you leave it at Viewer, and hit Copy Link. I'll hit Done, and I'll just paste it into where it says URL. This will give you a little preview, and then when you insert, it will also give you this little widget that allows people to actually view the web page. So I'll pull it over a bit, maybe make it a little taller as well. And then I'll do the same thing. Actually, for the PDF, we'll just put in a link at the bottom of this. So I'll do a text box. I'll center it, and I will say PDF of resume. I'll click on this little chain icon which says insert link when I hover over it, and then I'll paste in my link. I'll hit apply, and I will change the background to emphasis 1. Maybe I'll do emphasis 2. I'll add a little text box above this and say Word document preview. And of course, when they right click on this, they can also save it. So I'm done with my resume, and I'll move on to my CV or my education page. I'll click on that, and again, I'm going to change the header type to title only and type in education. Here again, I'll probably use one of these layouts here. Maybe I'll do the double column layout right here. Upload an image of maybe Canisius College or a really interesting volunteer experience that I had. Write a title about it. I'll say here Canisius St. Luke's Food Pantry. Write a little blurb about it. Year. And then say why this experience was important for your education. And then do the same thing on the other side. You can also use collapsible text, an image carousel, as well as any of these other elements that are down here. The way your portfolio website is set up is different across each profession and each person who is in that profession. It's personal, it's based on personal taste, and what goes well here in this tutorial might not go well and sit well in another tutorial. So this is the end of part 2. You can click on the card above to continue to part 3, which will be the final touches and publishing our portfolio website. If you have any questions or issues, please email its@helpdesk@canisius.edu. Thanks for watching and have a great day.